Welcome here to the grist mill in Simsbury, Connecticut. We are standing right now under our covered bridge, listening to the waterfalls coming right down here. This grist mill was established in Simsbury, Connecticut in the 1680s, primarily to grind wheat and to sell it, of course, for a toll. At that time, the grain was sold for 4 to 6 pence for 100 pounds. And the town granted the owners, there were 3 owners at the time, the opportunity to also erect here from the wood of the trees a sawmill. So we also had a sawmill here. And this grist mill and sawmill existed here for a good number of years, in fact for 2 centuries. In 1864 the mill was converted, and at that time it was used primarily to produce yarn, various kinds of yarn, including jute. And it stayed as a mill to produce yarn and spinning here for about another century or so, or a little less. And then in 1917, it was converted back into this historic grist mill that we're looking at. And at that time, the grist mill was used to grind wheat. This area is in Simsbury, Connecticut. It is about 20 miles due northwest of Hartford. I have been here many times. Today, there is a fantastic restaurant here, which I'm going to show you. I've had dinner here. You can see from those windows what a beautiful view you get of those dripping waterfalls, which are very loud right now. We've had a lot of rainfall. Yesterday we had a gigantic storm, and it would be just amazing any time of the year in the summer, including going into the fall. So a restaurant opened here in the 1980s. It was highly successful. It was called the Hop Brook Tavern. Then in 1912, the restaurant was taken over by new owners and has opened up, and today it is called Millwright Restaurant and Tavern. Down below there's a great tavern in the basement here with fireplaces and those beautiful picture windows. Yes, I am seeing the comments that are coming in on YouTube Live, so I'm very happy to share this with live viewers. I know there are several of you here, and it's very easy with YouTube Live to see the comments. So today, this restaurant has an award-winning chef, Tyler Anderson, who is back there preparing for Sunday night meal. There's also a beautiful terrace out there for cocktails. Right now it's a little bit early for dinner on a Sunday night. I am going to turn around. I'm going to show you the covered bridge that's right above me, and I want to show you a little bit more of where this gigantic waterfall flows into. But let me show you some of the scenery around here. The red stone that you're looking at is very common to this area, so you can see that. You can also see down that way there's a small tunnel. There's also a small waterfall off there to the side. I'm going to be quiet for a minute before I turn around and show you the bridge. I just want you to hear the water pounding down on the rocks. I'm now going to be panning up as I turn around and show you the top of the covered bridge here. So there you go. You're seeing the top of the covered bridge. I'll show you a little bit more of the bridge. It's a beautiful bridge here that goes over the stream, and now we are coming around to the other side here where the waterfall drops off, and there's a hiking trail right in through here. So this is all natural stone to the area, and this beautiful stone wall here covered with a lot of moss, as you can see. It's a fairly windy, beautiful day here in New England. We are in the northwest corner of Connecticut. It feels almost like a fall or an autumn day. So I'm going to turn back around, show you a little bit more of the bridge that we are standing on together. And I'm going to try to show you the covering here. It's a beautiful walkway to go across here, and I'm going to turn around again and show you the beautiful waterfalls here. This is an historic landmark. Again, at the time that this mill was used in the 1680s, this area of New England was still a colony. So let me turn back around. There we go. At night the bridge is lit up, so it's fantastic. So again, the grist mill was established here in 1680, quite some time ago, before the American Revolution. And there were 3 owners at that time, and the town gave them the rights to put the mill here. And so they would grind local grain from the farmers, and they would be charging, in that time, pences, using the British system. And they would sell it to the local people. And then eventually they were allowed to cut down some of the trees here for timber to build their sawmill that was right in that area. There was also at one time a distillery here at this site as well. So it remained a grist mill for a good number of years. And then at one time it was converted to produce yarn. But it was turned back into a grist mill about a century later. So there's a lot of history here to this area. In fact, there's a lot of history to this whole area of New England. At one time, the town in Simsbury was part of the town of Windsor, Connecticut, which is considered the oldest town in Connecticut, although Wethersfield, Connecticut likes to also vie for that distinction. So again, today we have the Millwright Restaurant here. It's a fantastic setting for a restaurant. And I'm doing this broadcast while nobody is dining, so I have an opportunity to enjoy it without interfering with any diners. Inside the hallway to the restaurant, there are old photographs that recapture different time periods. Most of them, of course, are in black and white. They're very old, early photographs. So we are doing this on YouTube Live, and I want to thank those people that have been on the broadcast live. And please let me know, because I can't see comments, if you have any questions before I finish up the live broadcast. I'm always happy to share with people here. Today is what's called Millwright, but at one time it was called Hop Meadow. And of course, in terms of economy, we're not grinding any grain here any longer, and a restaurant, of course, is a very profitable, ambitious venture to be now having here at the Hop Meadow, or is now called Millwright. So I'll take any questions if any of you that are on the broadcast right now have questions. I'd be more than happy to answer them. I can see them. And I'm also going to try to zoom a little bit. There you go. It's filling up the whole screen. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions, although I know there were some a little earlier. One of the questions was, have I been here before? Yes, I've been here many times. I come here almost daily when I am in this area of Connecticut, because I live very close by. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed our tour here of the Hop Meadow. And as I said, today we are calling this the Millwright. But again, lots and lots of history here when we consider that this mill goes back to 1680 on this beautiful historic site. I'll also show you some of the trees here on the side. And we'll pan back around and capture the waterfalls one last time and finish out this YouTube broadcast. Thank you for joining me here in Simsbury, Connecticut at the Hop Brook, which is now the Millwright Restaurant, with an award-winning chef, Tyler Anderson. If you happen to be in the area, many people come from all over, I invite you to dine at this phenomenal restaurant. Tyler Anderson has been on the Food Network and has been a competitive chef, and it's just a great setting for dining. Let me zoom back out and show you again the restaurant. Those beautiful picture windows. And this is one of the entrances from the covered bridge to go into the restaurant. Okay, let's come back one last time. Yes, this all sound fantastic. So I'll keep it on that and let you enjoy it for a little bit. And there ends our broadcast of the Hop Meadow grist mill, today converted into a tavern restaurant.